let's talk about the controls on the guitar, because that's the second issue that sort of makes this a unique guitar. This is the GK volume control right here. And this switch, which looks like your typical three-way pickup switch, is actually wired to be GK-S1 and S2. And I did this by taking the switch apart and rebuilding it. So here's how that works. So this is a typical three-way pickup switch. When the switch is in the middle position, say you get neck and bridge pickup, and when you flip it to one side, it's neck only, or flip it to the other side, it's bridge only. And when you look at it electrically, the way it works is that these two little outer flanges are making connections with this, with the center conductor right here. And these are your inputs, input 1 and input 2. So when it's in the middle position, both sides are conducting, and when you flip it to one side, you're going to actually break that electrical circuit, so you only hear one output, both outputs, and again you break it, and you're only going to hear one output. So in the middle position, everybody's conducting, both circuits are conducting through the center pin, and flip it to either side, you're only going to get one circuit conducting. Now this is a switch that I've been modified just like the one inside of the guitar, and what I did was I removed these screws and then disassembled the switch and reversed the positioning of the inner and the outer conductors, so that when the switch is in the middle position, there is no electrical conducting going on. And this is how a typical toggle switch works. In the middle position, no current flows. When you flip it to one side, then the mechanical paddle pushes these two conducting elements together, and now you close the circuit. In the middle, nothing's conducting. You flip it over here, now you're closing the circuit. So basically we've taken a switch, this switch, a typical pickup switch, which is always conducting, flip it to either side, and we break a conducting signal, and we've reversed it so that in the middle position no signal is sent, flip it either way, and now we're conducting a circuit. And so by doing so, we've turned a typical pickup switch into a typical toggle switch. And installing that inside of the guitar, we now have something that feels and looks like a regular pickup switch that you can use like a traditional toggle switch. So I program patches on the VG99 so that, like a virtual Les Paul, when it's down, it's the bridge pickup, middle is both pickups, and then up is the neck pickup. Or there's another patch, if you look at the demo, where up is acoustic guitar, middle is acoustic and electric, and bottom is just electric. And you can also use the switch, if you use this kind of design, you can use it to work just like a regular GK switch, say like for patch changes. So if I wanted to go, say, you know, up one patch, I just go click up, click down, it goes up one patch, another patch, another patch, and when you go down, 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 down. So you can use the switch just like your typical patch increment, decrement switch that is usually the default on a lot of these Roland synthesizers, or you can custom program it to do any number of things, to turn effects on and off, or as a virtual pickup switch. So that's one of the nice little features about this guitar. So we have the pickup mounted reverse of its regular direction, and by the way, when you do mount the pickup, you know, basically reverse it 180 degrees, this means that, you know, the low E and the high E signal have been reversed. And there are some provisions in some of the Roland guitar synthesizers, like say the VG99, where you can tell it I've mounted the pickup backwards, and the software will reverse the string orientations. Other synthesizers, like the GR20, does not have this feature. So to make this guitar fully compatible with all the Roland synthesizers, after I installed the pickup, I actually went in and rewired the wires. So the low E wire goes to the high E wire, etc. So that when you plug this guitar into a Roland guitar synthesizer, you don't have to make any special connections. It works like it should automatically, because we've reversed the orientation of the pickup, but we've also reversed the wiring. So by reversing those two elements, it ends up being just as if it was wired up in the normal way from the start.